The Legend of Vox Machina Season 3 has arrived, and we're bringing you a nearly spoiler-free review of what could be the best new show of the entire fall season.
It has begun again.
The reviews are in for Legend of Vox Machina Season 3, and right now it's sitting at a perfect 100% fresh score on Rotten Tomatoes. And after watching the show, I have to say I think the critics and the fans are right. This is probably the best new show of the entire fall season. To avoid major spoilers, we'll mainly focus on the first 3 episodes that are available right now on Prime Video, but if you haven't had a chance to watch those episodes, be aware that some minor spoilers may be heading your way. And while you think about that, why not take a minute to hit those like and subscribe buttons to help us keep making these videos. And now, let's take a look at the best season of Vox Machina yet. First off, if you are a veteran of Critical Role who has watched the entire first campaign, good news. Travis has teased multiple times that there will be some big deviations from the original events of the Vox Machina campaign in Season 3, and that is evident in these first batch of episodes. We get brand new characters, character swaps, and some shifting timelines for major events, plus a few completely new side quests added just for the show, including a much more interesting way to reintroduce some old enemies by framing a party member for a terrible crime. There is also a pretty brutal betrayal in the first 3 episodes that doesn't happen in the actual play, but we feel like with the cast teasing betrayals and big emotional moments for the last few weeks, mentioning that's only really a minor spoiler, but be aware. Likewise, a few characters who had fairly important roles in the actual play don't show up in the places you might think, so if you're watching episode 2 and keep wondering when a certain duo is going to show up, spoiler alert, they don't. We also get a look at some new locations, namely Vox Machina finding a way into the Hells a little bit early, and we get some more info on the backstory for Thordak himself, including a bit of a twist from the events that happened during the actual campaign. It's at this point I would strongly suggest everyone who's going to be watching Season 3 to go and rewatch EXU Calamity, because during future episodes there will be some big lore drops based on Brennan's mini-campaign that will kind of factor into a couple of episodes down the line, as the plot really begins to diverge in places from the original campaign. Anyway, enough about what has changed from the original campaign, let's talk about what the Critical Role cast kept in from the main campaign, and the good news is it's basically all the big moments you'd hope for. That classic scene between Percy and Vex is there, the growing relationship between Vax and Keyleth, and even more time devoted to Pike and Scanlan's relationship, as the two are given more of a chance to flesh that out than they were in the actual play, since Ashley missed big chunks of the Chroma Conclave arc. The party's interactions with Rayshawn are just as tense and full of half-truths as you would expect, and of course they deliver on all the big battles and conflicts from Campaign 1 of the actual play. There are dragons to kill, brutal fights against old enemies, demon battles, and of course, they deliver on that death that was teased in all the trailers. As for the quality of the show, Titmouse has always produced high-quality work, but they clearly keep improving, making this season the best looking yet, with some truly impressive battle animations and more subtle use of CGI than the first 2 seasons. The dragons in particular just look better and fit in more with their hand-animated backgrounds than past seasons. And speaking of backgrounds, Ank'Harel in particular looks vivid, bright, and interesting, and just really kind of pops on the screen. It's one of the best looking cities we've seen in Vox Machina yet, even though we're just there for a short time. But all in all, this is easily the best looking season yet. The story itself may start a bit slow, with the first 2 episodes kind of setting the table for the rest of the season to come, but by episode 3 we have gotten betrayals, romance, big plot twists, and some serious action scenes, and it just continues to ramp up from there. There's also plenty of comedy, with Grog in particular being on his A-game this season, which the show really needed to help balance out some heart-wrenching moments and a lot of deep-hitting loss that the members of Vox Machina have to deal with. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll shake your fist angrily at your TV screen, and everything in between. So what's our final verdict on The Legend of Vox Machina Season 3? Going back to rewatch the other 2 seasons, we'd give the first season a solid 8 out of 10, doing a good job adapting the best known Campaign 1 arc despite a few learning pains. And Season 2 we'd probably also give an 8 out of 10, having learned a few things from Season 1 but also having a slightly weaker storyline than the original season to work with. But Season 3 is a notable step up in quality, despite a bit of a slow start, so we're giving it our highest score yet, an 8.75 out of 10. Mainly because we had to split the difference between an 8.5 and a 9 out of 10. This is, in our opinion, the best show of the fall season, and we can't wait for everyone to watch all the episodes. So jump on Prime Video, watch those first 3 episodes, and let us know what you think you'd rate The Legend of Vox Machina Season 3 in our comments. And while you're there, don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons, and we'll see you next time.